two actions in the past. Which tense do I use? Danny always gets confused between the past simple tense and the past perfect tense. But Bhulu had completed the entire grammar exercise before Danny even reached home. Let's see how this little legend did it. Wait, what? I know the past perfect shows an earlier action in the past, but when both actions are in the past, how do I decide which one gets the past perfect? It's simple, Danny. Past perfect earlier action, past simple later action. For example, we had learned the structure of the past perfect tense before we wrote the rules in the notebook. Now revise the structure of the past perfect tense. Subject plus had, past participle form of the verb, plus object. Example, Danny had won the match before his parents reached the ground.
Sometimes we talk about two actions from the past in the same sentence, one happening before the other, and that's where most learners get confused. Should I use the past simple or the past perfect? For example, Danny and Bhulu had been best friends before Lalu joined their class. Just remember this. The action happened earlier uses the past perfect tense. Here, Danny and Bhulu had been best friends earlier, so we use had been. Now, let's see how Bhulu and Danny had studied before their examination started.
I wish I had learned the past perfect earlier. Correct. Whenever you wish for something about the past, something you didn't actually do, you use the past perfect. If I had practiced grammar every day, I would have completed the exercise easily. Beautiful! This is a third conditional. The condition didn't happen, you didn't practice, so we use the past perfect. So, would have completed means something that did not actually happen? Correct! Would have plus V3 shows the imagined result of the impossible past. Oh, so this is the result part of the third conditional. By 2025, I had not practiced English writing. Yes! When you look back from a specific point in the past, the tense behind you is the past perfect. Had you answered the exercise on the past perfect tense before? Wait, isn't this wrong? There's only one clause. How can you use the past perfect? It's actually correct. The past perfect describes an action completed before another point in the past. That second point doesn't always need its own clause. Sometimes it's understood from the word before or from the situation.
Quick revision. This is the affirmative formula. Subject plus had plus the past participle. For example, we had learned the examples before we answered the exercise.
Let's look at the negative form of the past perfect tense. The formula is subject plus had not plus V3. Here's an example. Bhulu said that Danny had not practiced the past perfect before. We use had not to show that an action did not happen before another point in the past. Now let's look at the interrogative form of the past perfect tense. The formula is had plus subject plus V3. Here's an example. Had Bhulu learned the past perfect tense when Danny sat to study? We use this form when we want to ask whether an earlier action was completed before another action in the past. Now let's look at the active and passive voice in the past perfect tense. In active voice, the subject is the doer. In passive voice, the action is done to the subject. I had learned the past perfect tense before the examination. Here, the subject is the doer. The past perfect tense had been learned before the examination. Here, the action is done to the subject.
Voice change, the past perfect tense. Rule 1, the tense remains the same. Rule 2, we use the third form of the verb after been. And Rule 3, the subject and object switch places.
Let's solve an exercise now. This is an interrogative sentence. Here, we talk about only one completed action, so we use the past simple tense. The correct answer is, did you complete it yesterday?
Now here is the next question.
This question has two completed actions, so we use the past perfect for the earlier action and the past simple for the later action. Correct answer. Had you completed the project before the deadline passed? Bhulu and Danny had learned the past perfect tense before their teacher began the lesson in the class. That's why they had answered everything before the others raised their hands.
That's why they had answered everything before the others raised their hands.
Now don't wait! Write 2 sentences using the past perfect tense in the comments below. And don't skip practice like Danny!
Had I forgotten to subscribe to Introspective English before?